Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very interesting mango-infused cola. So welcome back to the game, and in the previous episode we were building some more cells at the top here. More cells means more prisoners means more money and more opportunity to work, which feeds into the whole more money thing as well. Speaking of money, we've got over 2 million generic units of currency, making about 60,000 per day, and that's without actually the fully finished area, which that actually might happen this episode. This might actually be the last build episode of the series. Naturally, we've still got the extreme testing and escapes to have a look at, but let's just crack on with some building, specifically down the bottom here. I'm just going to go over to quick build, custom and cloning, and probably make a massive mistake here, but let's just see. I'm going to rotate this and then flip it, and then go click, and that's going to build the last remaining 4 cell blocks. How many cell blocks do we have in total? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 is what we will have all told. I'm also going to go over to staff and to workmen, and I'm just going to hire basically another 40 workers, because hopefully the amount of workers we employ here will feed into the trucks and such and just help unload and that sort of thing. Anyway, we'll see how we get on. In terms of the middle here, I'm just going to go over to yard, and I'm going to place the yard right through the centre, because these phone booths apparently, by all accounts, if you don't have this designated as anything that don't get used. I'm not too sure if that's the case, but I'm going to try and place the yard in there and see if this family need is looked at. We were going to change up this room, this meeting room here, maybe shrinking that down as well as the classroom and putting in an area for calling booths. I'm probably not going to do that because I don't think it is necessary, but I am going to make this one a common room, and I will put in some calling booths as well, video calling booths, and I'm just going to go clicky clicky draggy draggy, and then same thing on this side as well, and there we go. So obviously that's going to have to be brought in. We've got on the right here, we've got prisoner letters that has just been dumped and constantly getting ran over now. Interesting. Anyway, yes, we are seeing the levels of, yeah, there you go, that family need is coming down, so changing that to yard has indeed very much worked out. I'm still going to put this in though, because as you can see, the prisoners are using them, so that's all good. I will have to go over to utilities, wiring and connections here, and we'll alter the, which phone tap is it? It's the this phone tap, and then put all of these in like so. I don't think there's any necessarily massive need to do that, but you know, it always helps. Anyway, over to the security and to vulnerable. We can see there are some vulnerable inmates, but they are all designated as protective custody, which is fine. And let's just see how the bottom here is getting on. And I think they've just finished a lot of the foundations, which means the main bulk order will come in. And wow, we made 1,000 daily cash flow there. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, we do have some grants on the go. The Reform Through Education Initiative. We need 1 more prisoner to pass the foundation education course, and then 1 person to pass the general education course. That will net us, I think it'll be 20,000. It says 40 there, but I think you get 20 on pickup and 20 finishing it. We probably go to check out here. It's no, actually, it's 15 on pickup and 40 on completion. Cell block E, we've also picked up to raise our prisoner capacity to 500, which we will not be doing because, well, we just don't have the room in this one, nor do we really seek the provision of it. We've also got things like criminally insane wing, basic farming, bakery, and restaurant. I know the latter two people have. I would say, use the word objected at the lack of it. I don't know if that's entirely true, but yeah, there has been some desire to put them in. Like I say, we've got the forestry at the top and bottom, so that'll cover all of the work. Yes, it would probably aid in reform because it's a slightly different skill set, which means you can potentially get more prisoners, but there's enough opportunity in here for the prisoners to work, so I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. What I am going to lose too much sleep over, again, is the laundry, which I'm going to put in, where is it? It is the uniform prisoner pack, and then what we do is we just spam all of that in and spam it in there. I know we could probably do with another ironing board or 2, but yeah, it just seems to be laundry's always been a little bit dodgy. Laundry, and for some reason the food distribution to the staff members, specifically it's actually the food trays. They seem to be a almost disposable item, and we have got a death, and it is the Texas the Guard. Probably this inmate here. Let's see. Attacked staff murder, found weapons. Yes, that is Dano Coolranch de Rita. And, well, put it this way, they've now got another 25 years added to their sentence after not getting parole, so let's see how that works out for them. Anyway, we have to go ahead and put in some deployments, so I'm going to go over to patrols, and we'll get this one set, like so. I mean, how have I got this one? Is it right next to it? It is right next to it. Actually, have I done the other side as well? I haven't done the other side. Okay, that's a bit of an oversight on my part. Let me just go ahead and fix that issue while we are here, and we have spotted the problem. And this is going to have, obviously, more doggos in here, so we're going to say assign dog handlers, one in there, and then one in there. Okay, back over to Blue Patrol, and we offset these so they don't overlap with the other patrol. It's just something that is handy to have. I can't remember when that was added in, the different colours of patrol, but we've got blue and magenta. I don't know why those colours were picked. I don't know if it's a particular reference to something, but I don't think so. You can also overlap them and then it goes to like a white, like that one, but we obviously don't want to do that because it'll confuse things. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've assigned another six dog handlers to the job, so I'm just going to hire some more. I'm going to hire up to 40. The levels of staffing, by the way, when it comes to these workers, we will probably be getting rid of once the job is done. I know it seems a bit harsh, but it's a temporary contract. Hopefully that was noted when we hired the guys there. I'm also very tempted to do a shakedown because we haven't done one in a while. 2,350 places to search. We know there's at least one tunnel in the middle here. We can see there is that going on, so we'll see if we can find that. At the moment, we are searching through the first 500 places. Yeah, 2,350. Wow, quite ridiculous. Anyway, we've only found so far 2 bottles of poison, which is curious. I think that's because most of the stuff we found is found through the checkpoints. Let me go for the last 7 days and... Yep. Yeah, there we go. There's also, we got a rolling pin. We had a sneaky rolling pin in the previous episode. And someone did point out that rolling pin and the wooden pickaxe share a similar thing, that they obviously not detected by the fact that they're smelly, so they're not smelly, so you don't have that being picked up by the dogs. They're not metal, so the metal detectors don't pick that up. So yeah, unless the checkpoints get it, the rest, yeah, it's pretty easy to sneak out. We're going to have a lot more inmates coming in now, and I mean, we're going to be having probably a lot more inmates to also go in protective custody, which we have 2 of. We have one down the bottom and one at the top. Well, I mean, pretty much in the middle, but you know, from the very middle section, there's one top and bottom. Have 10 prisoners passed the foundation education course? That has now been completed. We can see that on the left-hand side. Just going to go over to the programs and have a bit of a scroll down. See if we can get foundation education program. Don't need any of that. General education qualification. It is 2 interested, 1 finished, 0% passed. But there's 2 people still on that as well, so that's pretty handy. In terms of contraband, looking at the top here, we've definitely found a lot more. We found clubs, shanks, knife and some forks. We've got some medicine, lots of bottles of booze and poison, and escape. So what's happened there is, I reckon, someone has, so the truck has been stolen. So what happens is an inmate can get into the truck and they can hijack it, and it sort of crashes through the barrier there. And obviously I was too busy looking at that to notice that. So is that the first escape, actually? Prisoners escaped 1, yes it is. That's a point of note, I guess. We've got a lot of inmates in the centre. Now, again, some of these we will have to check out security menu, and yep, there's a couple of inmates that we will have to change up. So let me change that to protective custody. People said I should probably use this prison transfer instead of clicking on them and doing it that way, and very much so, yeah, I'll try and remember that one. In terms of cash then, cash money has gone down because we've hired a lot more workers and staff members, and it fluctuates based on the exports from the workshop as well, so that's a thing. But we're still gaining positive money. In fact, since we started this episode, we've earned over 350,000, I think. So we've got that going for us. which is nice. We also have far too many inmates, so what... oh, actually, this is actually all finished now. That's very handy. So am I just going to run the power cable down? I am just going to run the power cable down. And we've got power and water. The problem we have is, obviously, we don't have the right spacing, but I'll fix that in... well, that'll the problem will sort of naturally work out, shall we say, as people go through parole and generally leave the facility either by their own initiative or by just completing their sentence, hopefully. And there we go. That is now all built. And let's just see about the rest of these inmates. The rest of it now to build is basically just the forestry. Now, I don't know if I can clone this. Let me go to custom and then cloning, and I'm going to select all of that, and that would be a rotate and a flip. And would it actually work? Would it actually work? I'm not sure, but I'm going to try. And oh, it's blocked. It will not go there. Why will it not go there? That is interesting. It will go to the left, but it won't go to the right. Is there something over here that I'm missing? Almost certainly. Demolish walls, and it's not there. Let's go to clear out. Clear what's indoor area? No. Walls and doors. No. Flooring. Let me just go down and sell flooring. And it could be because of the perimeter wall. There's another death there, and oh, someone's definitely chopping. Prisoner Richard Gall, and there's also a chainsaw going on. Let me do some guard responses there. I'll also have to double check the security menu, and I'm guessing that was... No, it's not that inmate than I thought it was. Okay. I'm going to go over to protective custody for prisoner Kenway there. And let's see, we've got Adrian Webb, who's fighting Richard Gall, and then we've got Tom Chappell, who has levelled up and managed to take a chainsaw. And there's another chainsaw over there as well. That's a Neil. And Adrian, there's the guards coming in and healing people as well. And Mortez is going off. This guy, Waterhouse, is running over with an axe, but we have a couple of guards with a stun baton, and there we go, that's pretty much dealt with. Okay, right. So, what was it? It was quick build and custom and cloning, and it's not really going to fit, according to that. I don't know why. I have a feeling it's something to do with the auto planting. I think that's probably what's gone on there. So I'm not going to force that in. I'm just going to build it myself. So it's perimeter wall, which goes up, and it'll go across as well. Just need to double check the measurement. I think it's 7. It is 7, yes. So we've got a gap of 2, 1, 2, and then 7. 1, 2, 3. And I believe it's 4, but I'm just going to double check. Yes, it is. And this comes across, but I'll do the other side first. So it's 7, 7, 7. No, that's 8. Wrong. Start again. 7, 7, 7, 7. And then goes right across. And I'll wait for them to build all of that before we crack on with the rest of it. Just going to check danger level as well, because it does seem to be going up. There is a hygiene need there, and some sleep needs, and some clothing once again. I have a feeling that, oh, there are still some uniforms there, so that's fine. Could just be the sort of backlog that we have. Let's go for uniforms, and just spam some more uniforms. It's our default method of fixing it. I also want to... Oh, it's kicking off. Riot underway. 41 prisoners are rioting. And that is in the middle. Let me go to guard response and bring some people in here. I might have to... Why is that prisoner Nash there? It says killed for being a snitch, but they're not killed. They've been healed. Okay. I mean, that's fairly serious what's going on. I'm not too sure why as to the need. Yeah, okay. I think with the severity of what's going on, the guards are stopping them, which is fine, but I do think riot police and some paramedics are in order. We'll bring those in, because it's starting to spill out. And it's getting a bit messy. I'm seeing people being killed, but then healed as well, so I don't know how accurate the whole thing is. It looks like, actually, the riot is stopped, so I'm going to actually just cancel that and let them go. Could have brought in the paramedics and healed people, but yeah, maybe I should have done that one. I think the rest of them will just be healed up anywhere. because I've got all training on the other people as well. Looks like the walls, the perimeter walls, are mostly finished. I will have to go to objects and where am I putting the doors? The doors are on the internal bit of it, yeah, because it's how you surround everything. So it's going to be walls and doors, and then it's a standard double door, and we put those in like so. So it's the double doors, then it is the checkpoint, which is going to go, let's see, not that it really matters because it doesn't actually work. I think it's in there and out there. That's going, where is it? That way. Looks like I've missed some doors on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. While I'm in objects, metal detectors, and brings that across, and it was doors again, wasn't it? So doors, double door, and click. Okay, there we go. Just going to go up to staff and sort of rehire, I guess. It says there's people died, but only one guard, I think. This tunnel is once again getting very much out of hand. 7 prisoners unable to be assigned to a cell. Oh, don't know if you saw there. Someone tried to escape. They're trying to run out the front door. Danger level is going down, which is handy. We do have to connect up the metal detector, which I will do like so. And then forestry, did I put it all the way to the edge? I think I did. So it is a forestry, and once again, this is, I'm noting this to be, it's not redundant, because obviously it is closer to other inmates, but basically this is, you know, it's not strictly 100% necessary for terms of capacity, work capacity, because it's, yeah, we've already got enough spare jobs over there, but it's just the positioning and mainly symmetry. So I'm just going to absolutely mash the left mouse button and assign people to that. It does say, I think 154 is that? Oh no, max job is 100, qualified prisoners 358. Oh, okay, right, that's plenty of work then. I think because of what we've done, we could probably hire a couple more groundskeepers, so we'll see about that. And see about the danger level. There's a little need across the way, some critical, but that's because we just had a riot, so people were too busy rioting rather than just looking after their needs or sleeping or anything, so that's what's gone on there. We can see that we do have all of the prisoners working here, which is handy, and that means more money. In fact, we've got oh, we've just finished a grant. That is the learning grant, so not exactly sure what's it called. It's completed though. It is the, where is it? Reform Through Education Initiative, yes. So one prisoner at least has passed the general education qualification. In fact, it even says there one passed 50%, so congratulations to them. That is very, very good indeed. Obviously we have got a lot more inmates now, and I'm keeping an eye on this. Yeah, that food need there was only 50-odd%, whereas previously we had it nearly in the 70s and 80s, but there's no critical food need really. That, well, there's 11, but yeah, there you are. Okay, I'm gonna rip up the toilet that was in one of these areas. It's for where we're on detecting the tunnel constantly. So I reckon this one, let's dismantle that one, and we'll prioritize that. And there we go. So all of this fuss over it being constantly detected, and it's quite short as tunnels go. But there you are. In terms of where we go from here then, well, the original goal was to make a prison that was focused on work and making money, and we definitely have both of those down. We have made, even after doing a massive clone and putting in loads of perimeter walls, putting in 16 grand's worth of metal detectors, hiring more staff, doing all of this, I've still made $500,000 in this episode alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Anyone else without training? No. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to do that. Programs. We don't really need to run any more there, and we can stop all of those. But yeah, the idea was to make as much money as possible. Oh, there's Benjamin Kenway, who's been murdered for being a snitch. They're in the chapel. Okay, we've got security menu, and we do have another inmate, prisoner Creaser here. I do want to change them over to a different category, but it's not advisable to do that when they've got cuffs on, because they can often get stuck in the system, essentially. So I'm just going to wait until they get put into a cell, and then we're going to say protective custody. And I noticed there was a lot of returning customers there, I was going to say. Average reoffending rate is 30%, so it's not great. We have lost 11,000 all told for our released prisoners and such. That reform rate will be affected by the fact that we got in, however, how many was it? Well, basically all of this. We got in all of these inmates here. So that's what's happened there. So, yeah, we'll make note of that one. Either way, the idea was to have a prison where we make a lot of money. We started off with 0 generic units of currency and managed to sort of, more luck than judgment, fumble our way through the grant system, and we spent a lot of money on getting in early wind solar hybrid to get power exports. Now I could spend some of this, now 2.6 million, on basically adding in some solar and wind all the way around the perimeter. I mean, we could probably spend all of that on just that. And each of the power export meters, you can export up to 5,000 each. I reckon I could get probably 30 or 40,000 worth in per day. Am I going to do that? I don't see much point, really. We've accomplished our original goal. We are making the money, and, well, things are going pretty well. So, I mean, yeah, we do have this area here, which is, like I say, it's got people working in it, but it's more of a thing. It's just closer to these cells rather than having the prisoners go all the way up there. Not that that is a huge issue, but it's a noteworthy one. And like I said, just for symmetry, yes, we could have put in flower therapy. I don't think it would have really overly affected things. We could put in a bakery and restaurant and farming, but we decided, you know what, we're just going to go with work. So and these also do, frankly, help out when it comes to the workshop as well, because you can see we've got logs in there, so we cut those up and you make carpenters on the carpenter's bench, and you can make the nice beds and such. But yeah, that has been a bit of Prison Architect. We set out to make money, and we've certainly done that. If we were to sell, let's have a quick look at valuation. If we were to sell the facility to start a new one, it would net us 3,740,000, and that, oh no, by the time I finished the sentence, it's gone up by another 20 grand. Right, so it's just going to keep going up. Just selling the shares would get us 109,000. There, look, it's up to 760. The money just keeps flowing in this one. It's definitely been an interesting one, and it's something that's, again, been a different focus, which we always like to have a little angle on these builds. But, yeah, I think we're going to leave it there for now. There obviously are some tweaks and changes we could make, but nothing major. Next couple of episodes will be extreme testing, and then we'll obviously do some escaping as well. Not too sure which order that will be, but we shall see. I don't think the escape will be overly difficult because, well, frankly, we've got these, if we just need to walk out the front door, we can work in here and then get a set of keys and just go through that road gate, because all of this is... yeah, it's all accessible, but we will do it for the sake of it, really. Like I say, noting that it's not going to be overly secure, but still, we'll have a look at it and see how we get on. And as always, hope you have enjoyed the episode and indeed the series. If you have any tips, comments, suggestions, not just for this build, but for others, anything you would like to see, certain angles, DLCs, whatever, by all means, let me know in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.